Everybody, welcome to Chrysalis Invictus Tarot. I'm just going to do a general reading for you today and see what comes up. So right off the bat, we have Seven of Cups and the Eight of Wands. There's some sort of illusion or choice. All right, so you perceive that there are a lot of different choices ahead of you. Maybe some you can see, maybe some you can't. And there's a particular choice that you're afraid of, one that is maybe very unknown or maybe very known. Like maybe this is something that has sort of been around with you for a very, very long time. And what I'm getting here is that things are starting to pick up speed. Essentially, it's like choose or get swept away. There's a lot of transformative, it's like a surging energy. It's like primordial goo. Literally, like, I feel like the Seven of Cups is the goo. It wasn't that long ago that I found out, I think my friend Fabled Harmony, you can find her on Instagram, where I found out that butterflies actually turn into goo in the chrysalis and then like reform. And this is the goo. The Seven of the Cups is the goo. So there's all these different possibilities. There's all these dreams. There's all these illusions. There's all these sorts of, but like really there's only one, and it's whatever's in this box. So it's not even whatever's in the cup. It's what's in this box. And obviously here we're looking at Pandora. So it could be something that feels forbidden or something that feels like it hasn't been possible for whatever reason. But there's something coming in, and there could be like a really fast moving sort of communication about this, like an opportunity where someone says, hey, do you want to do this? And the next thing you know, you're doing it. So I see like fast moving energy, but let's take a look at, so what are some of these choices you're looking at? Interesting. Okay, so this is really feeling like taking up the family business or taking up a charge or a cause that isn't really yours. This is staying small. Staying small. And let's see. So that accounts for Four of the Cups. Four of the Cups are behind you. Or Three of the Cups. Okay. Seven of Swords. You've descended into chaos. This is how it's feeling at this time. It feels like chaos. It feels like you don't have all the information. You have some kind of, you have some kind of information that others don't. There's an idea. There's a way that you bring forward ideas that others don't. So what this means is like, if you want to be a massage therapist and you're like, okay, but there's a million massage therapists, and how do I set myself apart and like build my own business and da 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 da. And you're called to remember that you are the only one that offers what you do. The people that are going to come to you are going to come to you because they want your energy, your expertise, your skills, some people go because, you know, for random whatever reasons, and they don't select people that way, but there are a lot of people that really go with their gut on who they're going to have do that kind of work for them. So this is something that only you can bring forward. Only you can open this box. And though the box itself may not be unique, the way that you express it is unique. Okay. So I'm seeing here that there was something that you walked away from that was really difficult. So maybe you walked away from a long-standing career or something else. So I'm going to continue to use the example of massage therapist, but apply it how it resonates. So let's say you were doing an office job, and then you were like, you know what? I've always wanted to do massage. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to do this. And then for a while you were just kind of doing it on the side. You were just kind of like here and there. Maybe you had one day where you took appointments. Maybe you just did weekends. And then you got some fire behind you and decided that you were going to move away from that job and your day job or your regular job or whatever it was, and fully put all of your energy into this side hustle. So again, I was using the example of massage, but I feel like it's something where you've been juggling two things at once for a period of time, and then you made a decision to walk away from something. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. And so now you're in a position where you've sort of, maybe you're losing hope. Maybe things are not working out. I mean, definitely with pandemic and the situation that we're in right now, things can feel maybe not as fruitful. And there's just this feeling of like, I just keep getting that you're like looking back. You're looking back and wondering. What's this 8 of Wands? I just feel like you're stressed out. Ooh. 8 of Wands. Okay. So this fast-moving energy comes from a hit of intuition, a hit of inspiration, something that feels emotionally good. So let's say you're sitting and you're stressed, you've lost some hope, you're concerned, you're in a space of lack perhaps, and you think of something. Like one of these options comes forward. One of these options comes forward as you're considering each thing, and you feel like emotionally you feel good. You start to feel a smile on your face, or you start to feel a lightness, a brightness. This is what you're moving toward. Yeah, a new beginning. It's emotionally fulfilling. So you're leaving behind sometimes we feel like we have to be self-sacrificial, or like, oh, that's just what it is, like that's just how it has to be. This is really embracing a new way of thinking about it. Like, with the Ace of Cups, it's funny, I'm running a class tonight at 8 p.m. on self-love. Ace of Cups on this card specifically. But what I'm really getting from this for you is that you are not going to accept misery, anything unholy, anything that exploits you, anything that feels like garbage, essentially. This could be clients as well, or collaborators. Yeah. So what's happening right now is that there's something concealed, something, so a bit of information you don't have, and I feel like you're sort of feeling around in the dark. You're in this goo, but then there's this movement out. And it's going to rely on your emotions and your intuition a lot to move forward. I want to get some other cards on this. I feel like this puzzle energy. Let's pull some Enigma cards. Messages about this work, career situation. That's what I'm feeling it is. It could be something else for you. Knowledge. Okay. So returning to the books, there's something that potentially as you learn, and maybe it won't be directed at first, but there's something in picking up books, learning something new. What have you always wanted to learn? What have you always sort of said, like, oh, if I have the time to do that? This is the portal. This is the space of transition that will get you moving in the right direction. The Oracle, again, intuition and envisioning in your third eye this future of yours without the limitation of like, oh, that's not realistic, or I don't know, whatever it is that you use to limit yourself, whatever comes into your head that limits you. What else? Air. Okay. There is a physiological response. There is a physiological and intuitive response that you will feel regarding each thing. So this is almost like if you took, let's say you do have, I really look at this card as having 8 options, but there are 7 cups. So if you write down all the options you have right now, so let's say, you know, your job is one, and maybe there's like a space you could move in your job, like a way that you could change the configuration of your job. Write that down as another one. Maybe there's another job. Maybe there's maybe you have that side hustle and you write that down, or you write down different ways of approaching that side hustle, that second job, whatever it is. This could be options for school as well. And so you write them down, and then you just go through each one like in a state of meditation, in a state of receptivity. You know, feel through each option. This could also be about pulling cards or getting a reading on your different options and seeing how those paths, because I see all of these different paths splitting off. It's like you have too many options. That's how it feels. But actually there is really at the core only one like true option. What do you like to read about? What excites you? You know, like what lights that fire within you. And I really feel like it has a lot to do with the ideas. So the conceptual base of something is what's going to be most interesting. So not looking at not looking at it from the end backwards, like as in, oh, I'm gonna make $100,000 a year and this and that and the other thing. It's like, if you do not feel excited or stoked about this idea or about the foundational, the knowledge base that comes with this idea, you're not going to make it to that point of being successful, or you will, but you'll burn out, or it'll just, like, you'll be back to the beginning, I feel like. Where have you been before and where do you want to go? Let's get some oracle cards for you. See if there's any advice. This feels like a divine doors too. Assertiveness. Rise up and stand stronger and true. I'm really feeling this confidence. This is about confidence and feeling like with this self-worth, self-love, coming from a place of truly looking out for yourself and your highest and best good. Stop, slow down. The pace must abate before it's too late. Yeah, so there's something about burnout. You can't push this too quickly, especially because there's emotional and intuitive information that you need. So something will move quickly, but only after you have like come into this like slower pace, the oracle, the, you know, coming from a place of observation, watching, waiting, discovering, and courage. So much solar plexus here, building up that strength and balancing the solar plexus. So rather than coming from a place of pride, coming from a place of courage, being and feeling courageous about choosing that whatever's in that box instead of what's in the cups. I feel like other people fill those cups in this situation. I feel like other people have filled those cups, and you feel like you have to pick from these cups that other people have offered you or told you exist, and you don't. You are fully empowered to choose your own cups, or to choose the box. This is you. A moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of heart's will. Heart's will is key there. What is your heart's will? What is your heart's truest desire? I feel like there's potentially a lot of fear wrapped up in this, and a lot of like conflicting feelings about it. And I do feel like you tend to go to people for advice who are going to affirm in the negative. So they're going to tell you, yeah, that's not a practical plan, or yeah, that's not a good idea. Like, you're specifically going to spaces that will like turn down this thing, whatever this thing is, this truer kind of path. And I also see this as being like, if you have a lot of different job experiences or a lot of different skills or whatever you're going to do is really going to harmonize them. And again, we have this like coming in to center the binding of the book. So it's like this, whatever it is something that is the culmination of all of your, interests and skills and abilities in a really beautiful way. And okay, so this fell out, and then I put it back in the deck, and then it came back out again. So this is definitely for you. You are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is to come. Hold on, hold on. So there's patience that's needed here for sure. Some insight that's going to come through. In the meantime, work on that solar plexus, work on that self-love. If you'd like to book a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. And like I said, I will link the class that I'm doing tonight in the description as well. So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining, and take care.